Hello. We got kind of a beefy secret. I've gotten it figured out to where it's quite a bit shorter for your convenience. I spent hours, if not a full day. But basically, we are looking at how to unlock the pulse rifle without creating a new character as the engineer, because it's their starting weapon. Now, why this is so hard to get is because you have to get lucky enough to get 2 dungeons in one playthrough of N'Erud. I don't know why I'm opening this, because I don't have the current playthrough that had both of them. But basically, especially for some of those of you that aren't familiar with how to figure out what dungeons you have, what you typically would have to do is start a new playthrough, go through your first zone, check out all the dungeons, clear the boss, move to the second zone, and see if you have all the dungeons. You're going to be looking for Terminus Station, which is the train one, and then the Dormant N'Erudian Facility. So in order to figure out if you have them all, you have to run through your whole zone, kill the boss to move to the second zone, and then run through that whole zone. And if you don't have that, then you need to back out, re-roll, do that process again. That's what I've been doing all day. I had a light bulb moment while editing the video, stopped, spent about half an hour testing it. I'm going to show you the test and the tip, but it'll shorten your voyage on figuring out if your playthrough has the 2 dungeons needed or not. That's going to be the next tip section coming up in the video. I'll have timestamps in the below description, whatever, or on the timeline bar, because I'm going to show you the tip on how to figure out if you have the 2 dungeons without having to run through everything. Then I'm going to show you where the key is located at the end of Terminus Station, and then finally where the key is located at the end of Dormant N'Erudian Facility, and then me unlocking the gun and whatnot and where to go to get that. But timestamps below. I wish I would have known this process. I'm going to show you in just a second earlier. Anyways, here's a short way to do it. The tip, aka. And again, yeah. Okay, fun fact. I think I figured out how to tell if you have the 2 zones required to get both keys to get the gun. So, re-roll into N'Erud. I'm starting in Seeker's Rest. I'll show you in a second once I get out to the world what I'm talking about. Okay, so instead of running all through the first zone, killing the boss, going to the second zone to figure out what dungeons you were granted or gifted by the gods, because you're looking for Terminus Station and Dormant N'Erudian Facility, okay? And they all might not be here in the first, so if they're not in the first, you're like, well, shoot. You had to go through and kill a boss to get to the second zone. But from what I've noticed is the Custodian's building with the little glowy green hands is always in the first zone. At least 99.9% of the time for me, 100% for me so far. So I did notice, putting this video together, that there's 2 different rooms of rewards. Now, when I had the playthrough that gave me the 2 keys, the room below the Custodian had 2 doors in it and 2 missing keys. Otherwise, if you don't have both dungeons, it only has 1 room and 1 missing key. So, to save you time and hassle, run to the Custodian's place right off the bat. Go down underneath. Okay, we're here. We're going to drop down. It's over here to the right. And there should be a stone checkpoint up top as well. We're going to go into here. And this is only missing 1 key. There's a key and a key. It's only missing 1. And if we go into here, there's only 1 door for that. And that's the booster. Now, on the playthrough where I had 2 missing keys in both of the dungeons to get the keys, there was an electric gate here, and the booster was in this guy's hand, and the gun was in this room. So there was a locked door and a locked door. So this is telling me this playthrough only has 1 key, 1 reward. We're going to go re-roll. All right. I noticed something else. Last time I was down here in a different run, that was the missing one to the left. Now I have one missing to the right, which makes me wonder if this indicates, let's say for shits and giggles, this is the Terminus, the train one, and let's say this is the Dormant N'Erudian Facility, right? I'm not going to go fact test that one, but it'd be kind of cool to figure out, let's say if you were trying to do one or the other for whatever reason, at least you would know right off the bat which dungeon you got. Oh, anyways, all right. Okay. I was right. It took 12 runs, but I did finally come down, and there's 2 keys missing and 2 rooms. So it takes, I don't know, 7 minutes, 5 minutes to re-roll and run to here, double check this, versus having to run around the entire first zone, go through the story dungeon, kill the boss, clear out the whole second zone to see if you've got Terminus Station and the Dormant N'Erudian Facility dungeons, right? That would take an hour, 2 hours, depending. Figure out if you have it. So run down here below the custodian. Check this. If you've got the 2 of them, you've got the perfect N'Erud world roll. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. How do we get up there? Can we get up there? Yeah, there's stuff. There's clearly stuff up there. Okay. You can drop down. We go into this. Oh, hey, check that shit out. I would have never thought of that. Oh, do we want to jump on the car? That's what I'm missing.
Oh, I could use that.
The Atom Smasher? Oh, hey, the other key. So there's 2 of these. This is the Decorum Cipher. Then there's something else. And if you can get lucky and get both in one playthrough, you can get an even better reward. Okay, here we are in Dormant N'Erudian Facility. We're going to get a secret. Show you. It's down here. You're in this room towards the end. We want to get that. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yep. Don't jump down. Let's go in here. Grab the key. This is for the very beginning of the dungeon. I don't remember what's back here. Oh, teleport out. I think. Yeah. We want to hit leave dungeon. Should bring us right to the front. And then here we go. Open this bad boy up. And there's going to be the toxic release valve, which I already have. But more importantly, we're looking for this guy. The memory core 2. Now, ideally, if all the stars align, you can get in one playthrough the memory core 2 and the decorum cipher. Now, when I say stars aligned, the decorum cipher drops at the end of the Terminus Station after the train survival event, and then the memory core 2 is where I just got it inside of the Dormant N'Erudian Facility. You got to clear everything out within the 6 minutes, and then you're free to roam around. Now, if you can get both those zones or dungeons in one roll, then I'm going to take you over to the place below the Custodian, and that is going to be Ascension Spire. Pretty positive that's it. Ascension Spire is where the Custodian's at. And I'm pretty sure the Ascension Spire is in every playthrough. At least it has been for me all day today. There's the Custodian. We're going to drop down below. There's a vendor here if you didn't know. And then I want to say it's... I can't remember if it's right or left. Right? Right was the right choice? Yeah. If you go down here, there's a secret. If you haven't been down here before. I don't think there's anything to the left. But this room right here... Put one in. You know, I... Cool. So I'd open up the first door. I've already gotten this one, which is the Core Booster. But if you have two of them, it opens up the second door. And this gives you... Hey, that's where the pulse rifle is. God, that's funny. If you unlock the engineer and you start as or create a new character as the engineer, that's their starting weapon. It's a lot of work to get that gun. Oh, I kind of like it. All right, there you go. It took, I've been re-rolling N'Erud for 4 or 5 hours today. I've been doing other things, so it took a little longer than it should. Like I'm taking screenshots of all the entrances. Every entrance to every dungeon has its own look. In the first game, there was like 3 or 4 looks that they reused for specific dungeons. So like 3 or 4 dungeons shared the same look. So you could narrow it down. So far in N'Erud, every dungeon has its own look. I don't know if I'll make a video on the looks or not. Maybe I would. I'm definitely going to have a document that I'll have. I might put it on... I haven't even logged into Discord in years, but I might put it on Discord. We'll see. But it's cool. Every location has its own look, so now I know what dungeons I have from a distance versus having to walk into them. That's what I was doing. Anyways, rambling. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.